Jeff, a lot of guys have talked about how much you do on the field, but how that comes from a lot of time spent in the film room, how knowledgeable you are. We notice you're always the first defensive player at practice, always, for the last 2 seasons. What are you doing down there for the 20-plus minutes before everybody else gets out there every day?
Yeah, well, I just like to be early. I've always grew up an early person. I like to go down there, warm up, strike shed, or whether that's, striking the sled or little things like that, working on my tackling drills with some of the coaches that are already out there. So,
how do you see that's got to be more than an hour extra a week just before practice?
Yeah.
How have you seen that pay off for you?
Yeah, I've seen that tremendously pay off. Just little things like it showing up in the game, you know what I mean? Some of the techniques that I like to do before practice, and I'm seeing that show up in the film room, like when I'm reviewing the game. So yeah, I think just continuously just practicing those little things. I want to just master those things, so I got them fully down.
So it would not be a stretch to say that your improvement as a tackler, the whole defense is better tackling this year, but you specifically, you have been, to your credit. It would not be a stretch to say that that's partially due to the extra work you put in.
100%, yeah, no doubt.
What's the team's feeling going into this game, and is it different at all than last year?
No, I mean, it's fully the same mindset, you know what I mean? We it's a huge rival. It's really bigger than us, the history of the state of Oregon and then the history between these two schools. And then, constantly every year just having that, that battle between these two schools. So I think just bringing that message across that, to some of the new guys that are new to this program that are going to contribute to this game is, to letting them know that this is serious.
You faced a lot of talented quarterbacks this season. What has DJ done? What have you seen him do for the Beavers this season?
Yeah, he's 100% changed that offense from last year. You know what I mean? He's back there. He's comfortable. He's making the checks, and he's got them rolling on a high note right now.
Say anything to Mateo this week, just because it's a unique circumstance for him and DJ for that matter. But when he's the one doing the hitting, potentially. Say anything to Mateo specifically about going after his brother? It's kind of part of this game.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I was kind of joking about it right after the game. I think it was the Sunday after the game. I had seen Mateo. I was kind of joking about it, but that's something. I think that's something that he's always looking up forward to. So,
does last year's game resonate with you guys still before this one?
Could you repeat that again?
Does last year's game and kind of how it ended resonate with this year's team and heading into this matchup?
Yeah, well, the thing last year was we didn't finish. We didn't play a 4-quarter game, and they did. You know what I mean? And they deserved it. So, that's just the motto this year. We got to play a 4-quarter game, and everybody's got to be hands on deck. You know what I mean? We got to be great in all phases of the game, including special teams too. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is a team that I think they possessed the ball for 22 minutes in the second half last week against Washington. What's the key in getting them off the field? Obviously, they want to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, we've got to get stops on third down, and we got to stop the run to get them in positions to be in longer down in distances. So,
is last year's game just playing on repeat upstairs, Joe?
Oh, what was that?
Is last year's game just playing on repeat upstairs in the players' lounge? I saw that was on this morning, very early. So
yeah,
just on all week.
Yeah, that's something the players literally had to do. It wasn't even the coaches. The players literally wanted that hurt to just sink around the whole locker room and stuff like that. So. That's something that's been around the facility all day. Players are consistently talking about it. So,
you guys in the front seven, how much is that 19 straight runs to end it last year just stick in your craw? Particularly like Casey talked about how for the D-line, it really humbled them last year. How much as a front seven guy does that really stick with you that they finished the game with 19 straight?
Yeah, it for sure did. And, that took a toll on us right after that game. We went and looked at the film and, we just weren't gap assigned and little things like that. And, yeah, that's something that we focused on this offseason was, specifically stopping that run. And I think that's something that the D-line and the front seven, me and the guys in the ILB room have been doing a great job of. So,
what is it about Damian Martinez that makes him unique, makes him maybe better than other running backs in this league?
Yeah, when the little thing that I've seen on film about him is when he sees that hole that his O-line creates, he's going to hit that hole. So, just a big physical back. There's a lot of good running backs around the league that we're going to face every week. So, ready to face another one.
You room with Steve, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about him, guys. One of a few guys in that senior group who've been here for 6 years. What have you picked up from him these last 3 years and rooming with him and living with him that the rest of us don't, what we do see on the field, what we don't see away from what's on television?
Yeah, I think just his smartness, on and off the field. A guy with, he's got his degree. He has two degrees actually. And I think just the type of person he is off the field, man. Real loving, real smart. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to be around him. And then also, when he's at the facility, he's he's like a second coach out there on the field as well. You know, communicating, getting guys aligned and adjusted, and little things like that. Yeah, but yeah, for sure, I would just have to say a great guy on and off the field.